It's no secret that the Philadelphia Eagles would struggle week 1 versus the Patriots against Hall of Fame coaches like Bill Belichick and Bill O'Brien during a Tom Brady ceremony on the road. But in front of this hostile crowd, the Philadelphia Eagles would somehow pull off a gut-wrenching win despite terrible play calling, clock management, multiple injuries, and unexpected rain. The linebacker and safety positions took a major hit with multiple injuries, resulting in key players not being able to play Thursday night against the Minnesota Vikings. A short week faced a Minnesota Vikings team poised for revenge, having lost to the Eagles last year in embarrassing fashion. Justin Jefferson had strong feelings toward the Philadelphia Eagles after being completely neutralized by Big Play Slay during that game only adds fuel to the fire. All the aftermath of a thrilling week 1 victory and what to expect this upcoming matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. This is the Voice of the Eagles show. And like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles. But enough of that. Play the video. The aftermath of a wild week 1 was extremely taxing for the Philadelphia Eagles as they would go on to lose multiple key contributors on the defense. Let's start with Nakobe Dean. Will be out for a month with a foot injury. The Philadelphia Eagles placed him on IR. They also went and grabbed a linebacker from free agency by the name of Rashawn Evans.
It's been good. It's been fun. It's a lot different from what I'm used to. Most of the time, I'm usually doing OTAs and doing camp and all that other different stuff. But to be sitting out there and kind of just be floating around was kind of different for me. But at the same time, it's actually good too. Get more time with family, get more time to train, get more time to kind of just be your own self to kind of get your mind and body right. So it's been pretty fun though.
You started every game last year. You had 160 tackles. Why weren't you on a roster?
I had to leave that up to the teams, man. I think when teams kind of know who the guys that they want, they like certain guys. They basically go with them.
Were you getting anxious at all when waiting? You're not used to it, or were you okay just waiting for the right spot?
I really was just waiting on the right spot. I had the opportunity to be with a great team with Tennessee, also be with Atlanta, and a lot of good stuff going on with those two teams. But for me during this situation, it was really about finding the right spot for me, and being on the winning team, being around a really great organization, and this was the spot. So
he's a linebacker from the Chargers, a first-round pick. Last year with the Falcons, he had about over 150 plus tackles. They're trying to do something at linebacker. He also lost James Bradberry with a concussion. He will not be able to play along with Nakobe Dean Thursday against Minnesota Vikings. Reed Blankenship, he's out as well with ribs, along with Kenneth Gainwell. Now, all of these guys, key pieces to your defense, will not be able to play. But James Bradberry being down, I feel like we'll be able to overcome that with Josh Jobe. Josh Jobe has been a really exciting player. He's been making plays all through training camp. He happened to make the team. So that shows that he has something of value to bring to the team. And I actually think he's a really solid cornerback. So I'm not too much concerned with the drop off. Will they try to, get some matchups with Justin Jefferson and Josh Jobe? If that's the case, then I feel like Josh Jobe will be able to hold his own. Nakobe Dean being out, it's going to be a rotation of Christian Ellis, maybe Rashawn Evans can get some playing time there. Nicholas Morrow, Zach Cunningham. The linebacker position, you just don't know. It's extremely alarming. And if you look at Reed Blankenship, the safety position, both safety positions, in my opinion, what are we going to do? This is extremely crucial because you look at the New England Patriots, they attack the middle of the field. And, they got a lot of big plays and they made some key conversions and they did a lot of good things attacking the middle of our defense. And, to have a depleted linebacker and safety position, which was already one of our weakest positions. To lose Reed Blankenship and Nakobe Dean, it just makes it that much more compromising. So it's extremely alarming, and it's something that you have to keep close tabs on, okay? Because you get a good tight end who can attack the middle of the field, and it can be a long day. And teams are going to scheme around that to try to attack the Philadelphia Eagles. So it calls for concerns. This Minnesota Vikings game. For one, we'll have to start with the Eagles play calling and coaching too predictable. The Eagles play calling against the Patriots was absolutely terrible.
Hey, now that you had a chance to look at the tape, I guess what were your overall impressions of how calm the game went, and the overall impression on the offense there?
It was too sloppy. He had the opportunity up 16-0 with the ball in the minus territory, 3 possessions in a row, and we couldn't get much going. So, obviously we just got to continue to clean up those corrections, make those corrections, and and put ourselves in a position to go out there and have some success.
It was so predictable. You see Kenneth Gainwell just getting consecutive carries, multiple carries in a row. It was just predictable, plain. It was just stale, and it left a lot to be desired. But it's a work in progress. The team is trying to find their identity, and Jalen Hurts touched on that regarding the team just trying to figure things out.
First time live with Brian calling the plays.
I think Brian did a great job. I think for us, I've said these things throughout training camp, and I've made that clear of us searching for an identity and us trying to find that identity, and that's something that we're navigating.
So that's always important when that's always something you have to take into account when you look at the fact that it's week 1, we have new coordinators, the team is still trying to figure out the identity. That is a cause for concern leading up to the Minnesota Vikings game. Defense, the liabilities in the middle of the field due to injuries and some unproven players, that is by far the biggest weakness on our defense. I don't see a scenario where the Philadelphia Eagles can compensate for, the loss of a Reed Blankenship and the loss of a Nakobe Dean. And hopefully they can figure something out. Keys to victory, let's start the Philadelphia Eagles offense. They have to start out firing on all cylinders, and that starts with running the ball. You run the ball effectively, it opens things up for the entire offense. The run game was subpar, and I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles need to effectively run the ball, to open up the passing attack. We're a running team. Stay true to our identity. Be physical, be aggressive. Run the ball effectively. Keep the defense on their heels. Get everybody involved. Get Dallas Goedert involved early. DeAndre Swift, give him the ball early. Make it harder for their defense to key in on one person by spreading the ball around. Force Kirk Cousins into mistakes, into turnovers. Pressure Kirk Cousins, and we win this ball game easily. And how do you do that? Make them hold on to the ball a little longer. Make them second guess things, create some turnovers so we can get to Kirk Cousins. The minute you get to Kirk Cousins and hit him a couple times, he'll fold. Last week, he had 2 fumbles, 3 total turnovers. So that is crucial for our defense. Philadelphia Eagles defense last week against the Patriots had 2 sacks. They pressured the quarterback 35% of the time, and they also had 7 quarterback hits. Philadelphia Eagles will be able to get to Kirk Cousins, and he's going to be rattled. You get to him early, and he's going to check out early. The Philadelphia Eagles should be in good shape if they can do just that. Now, Kirk Cousins he's also dangerous with his arm because he has a Justin Jefferson. Last week, Kirk Cousins had 344 yards passing, 102.8 quarterback rating, and 2 touchdowns. And Mac Jones, he threw for 316 yards and multiple touchdowns against the Philadelphia Eagles defense. So, I mean, you also have to take into account that if we don't get to Kirk Cousins, it can be a long day, because our defense can, if we don't get any pressure, our defense can be exposed. Getting pressure early and often on Kirk Cousins is vital to the Philadelphia Eagles getting a win. You have to stop Justin Jefferson. He had 9 receptions for 150 yards. Most of that came in the first and second quarter. So we know Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the NFL. But last year, Darius had 2 interceptions, multiple pass breakups, and he dominated Justin Jefferson last year.
So how do you feel about another matchup against Darius Slay?
I'm always excited to have those type of matchups. Definitely, you know, we have some things we got to get back on them on. You know, just having the loss last year, just not having those plays that we wanted last year. So it's definitely, you know, some tension going into the game.
Tough task, man. Like I said, it takes the whole defense to stop a guy like that. High energy guy, you know, great at the catch. I'm sure he probably watched film. He corrected himself. He watched my film. He got better probably this offseason. I'll try to do my best to get better as well. So
Darius Slay can have another performance like he had last year against Justin Jefferson. I think we'll be in amazing shape. He's the best receiver in the NFL. I mean, you have to limit him. There's been a lot of talk about Darius Slay possibly following Justin Jefferson around.
How do you like traveling?
I mean, I'll be trying to just do whatever I need to do to help this team win for sure. But yeah, man, don't bother me. I just like to go, you know. So yeah, man, I just want to help the team win. That's it, really.
What's your view on traveling a cornerback who is specific wide receiver?
Yeah, you know, I think we got to do what's best for our matchups and our players, and that gives us the best chance. That doesn't hurt us. You know, we got to make sure it systematically fits, and so we've done it. I've done it in my history, and I think it's a good tool to have when you need it. And then I'm sure we'll do it throughout this season at different spots if and when we need to.
Success against JJ, just how are you approaching that this week? I'm sure we can.
Just trying to be that, you know, the technique sound, man, to be the best I could be. You know, he's an amazing player, man. It's a tough task, man. Like I said, it takes the whole defense to stop a guy like that, because, you know, high energy guy, you know, great at the catch, you know, full goal speed. So yeah, man, it's gonna take always a team effort to, you know, stop a guy like that.
How much fun is it for you to watch that Vikings film from last year?
How much fun?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't consider it fun. It's just my, you know, my job. It was just, you know, yeah, I don't even, you know. After that week, I forgot about it and go home, because like that's the game, man. You win some, you lose some. You know, gotta go on by next week. You can't live off high hope 1 year, because I'm sure like everybody probably thinks it's a high hope now. I'm sure he probably watched film. He corrected himself. He watched my film. He got better probably this offseason. I'll try to do my best to get better as well. So
try to make life a little difficult for him. TJ Hockenson, tight end for the Minnesota Vikings. He's really good. We have to neutralize him, because in the middle of our defense, it's definitely suspect. The middle of our defense can be attacked. So I feel like we have to stop him. Those are the keys to victory. 34-17. Philadelphia Eagles defense get some turnovers, maybe score another touchdown, or, you know, I think they make things a bit easier for Philadelphia's offense. And I think we take it. I think we get this win. I think we actually get to Kirk Cousins, force him into a lot of mistakes early. He may start to figure some things out after the team makes some adjustments. I don't feel as though Darius Slay is going to completely neutralize Justin Jefferson like he did last year. I do believe Justin Jefferson will have a better game. I just think the Philadelphia Eagles pass rush, I think they just their way. I think they have their way against the Vikings. This is the Voice of the Eagles show, and like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles.
Can y'all feel that? Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? Can you feel what we about to get into? They don't respect us. They don't know about our hood, man. That thing that's beating your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today, I got to have it. Are you gonna bust somebody in their mouth? Are you gonna do your job?